Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I have a ton of new makeup in front of me, so I figured why not do a full face, or as much of a full face of makeup as I can do. I have some Anastasia Beverly Hills, I've got some Huda Beauty, some ColourPop, some Kylie, just a little bit of everything, but I guess we should watch this intro before we go in, right? Okay, so there is a ton of stuff in front of me, like I said. There's a few things, obviously, that won't be, like, new, you know? Like, my Anastasia dip brow, I will never change that. I will always use my dip brow. And then recently, which has been like a week or two maybe, I've been using the Juvia's Place concealer, which I'm not a super big fan of. It's not, like, groundbreaking, but it gets the job done. But the Tarte Shape Tape is a lot thicker, and I was using that for a minute. But this is still new. Okay, so first things first, I have a new Huda lipstick. I've got some new lashes. When I ordered the star of the show, the ABH Norvina Volume 1, I got a little compact mirror. So this is all new stuff. I even picked up, which I think I used in my last video, the Chanel Dual lip thingy. I've got a new lip liner. I've got some ColourPop mascara, felt tip liner, and some new powder, which I used this once before at a friend's house. This is all new to me. And then I even picked up the Kylie Skin Milk Toner. I've used this maybe a couple times already. The date that I bought it, and then I think this morning or so, I don't know, a few days in between. There's like cat hair on my face. And I already have a PTR, or Peter Thomas Roth toner, and I actually really do like that. I was kind of shocked to find out that it was a spray, because clearly I didn't read. It doesn't smell like it has a massive fragrance. It just smells like it's the concoction of stuff that's giving it its natural scent. But this actually feels really, really nice in the skin, like I've already moisturized it in a way, but still, nonetheless, I would continue using it before I would make a final decision on whether it was great or not. So let's just kind of dive into it. Just a little cotton round here, and I'm just going to take the toner to my face. Now, I'm going to end up showering a little bit later, so I'm probably not going to do all of my skin, but just for the sake of this, I love how this feels. And we're just going to put her on. Just going to put it all over the face. It's funny too, because I didn't even want to like this. Now that we have our face all toned, I'm going to go ahead and take my Mario Badescu facial spray, the Rose Water, and it's just for my skincare purposes, not that it's new, but I'm just going to spray this just to kind of hydrate my face a little bit after that. Now I'm going to use my fan. If Nikki Tutorials has one, I can have one too, so take that. We've done that. It's not bought per se, but it's new. I got a sample of the new ABH foundation right here. It's just a couple little pots full of the foundation. I picked up 230N, but I want to kind of give it a try before I decide. All that I know is that it's just very luminous, dewy. It's medium to full coverage, but I'd say it's more on the medium side. I wear like full coverage on a daily basis, and I can tell you right now, this is not a full coverage, because I have this beauty mark right here on my cheek, and if that can't get covered, then it's not full coverage. And then I have a little discoloration right here, which is actually not hyperpigmentation. I'm just not even going to talk about that, but it usually can get covered with a very full coverage foundation to kind of almost act like a second skin. But so far, I mean, with using this just a few times, it does feel pretty comfortable on the skin. It doesn't feel crazy. It does feel very dewy, which I think now that it's going to get a little bit more cold and fall-y, I definitely want some more hydration to the skin. So now that I've got my foundation pretty much laid, I am gonna take my Juvia's Place concealer, and I picked up shade 19, and I'm just gonna keep this mainly under the eyes, just to kind of focus more of the concealing up here. And then I'm just gonna buff that all out. Okay, now that we have our concealer all put together and married with the foundation, obviously setting powder is next, and I picked up the translucent one. So I'm just going to take my beauty sponge here and just start setting my under eyes first because I know that'll crease first. I'm just going to press that all in. And I said before, I used this at a friend's house because I needed to touch up my makeup, and that's what she had, and she swears by it. She really likes it, and I figured, why not? I'll just use it. And I tried it, and I actually really liked it. My makeup held up really good, but then again, it's supposed to do that. But I was out of my Jeffree Star setting powder, and that's the thing with like e-commerce brands, I really didn't want to have to order online again, so I figured I would just wander into Ulta or Sephora and see what they had, and then I decided to go with this. And I'm really feeling it. It almost just kind of, like, I don't know, the powder melts in really nice with your foundation. It doesn't leave a white cast or hue like certain powders do, but I'm really kind of vibing with this. But if I really like it once it's gone, I will definitely repurchase, but for the time being I will use it and see how I feel. And it's definitely not super expensive for what it is. I think it's only $24 for it. I kind of want to try the Anastasia next, but I don't know, I just gotta find a powder that I'm really feeling, and just kind of been in that funk lately. I'm like, I don't know if I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go and take my Jeffree Star and Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is also fairly new, but not like a few days purchase new, but still new. So we're gonna go ahead and just spray this just to lock in the foundation. Up next, I'm gonna do my brows. I'm gonna use my Anastasia Dip Brow, which it seems pretty fitting for the palette that I'm gonna use. And I'm like seriously almost out. So I'm gonna have to buy that next. But until it's completely bone dry, I don't think so. So, oh no, I'm just dirtying my mirror. Okay, so I'm gonna take my dip brow right here, and I'm just gonna speed through this. I think everybody has their own way of doing their brows, but not like we need a tutorial on that, unless you want one. But I've always been using my Anastasia Dip Brow ever since a friend of mine posted a picture of her brows, and oh my god, they were insane. It's like, how do they look that perfect? How do they look that good? And then she told me it was the Dip Brow by Anastasia. So then I went and purchased it. And then I've been using this for the past 4 or 5 years. Even before I like really knew how to like master the product. Some pretty shit brows for a minute. Well, then again, I feel like we all did. Am I right? Okay, so that literally took 10 years. I like kept smudging my dip brow on the spoolie and kept like sliding it across my face. It was a nightmare. So I went ahead and took my P. Louise base, which is not new, I know, but I took it and I shaped out my brows and prepped my lids, which is what I also always use. Alright, so now we're going to dive into the eyes, which is the star of the show, the eyeshadow palette. Volume 1, Norvina. This is awesome, and I didn't think I was going to buy it, but then I saw the second one come out, and I was like, you know what, I really want to film with this, I really want to use this, it looks really nice, and it looks insane, and it's obviously way different compared to anything that she's done before, but it looks insane. Absolutely insane. But it's made for artists. It's not the everyday person that is not comfortable with this. It doesn't use these shadows. Anyway, it's kind of hard to show the palette because it does not bend. Like, it doesn't flip back, but it does feel very heavy. All of these are pressed pigments, and this retails for $60. And when I saw the second one, I really wanted it, but then I wanted to get the first one just to see if I, liked it at all. But I like the color scheme of purples. I think purples are really good, but I don't know. So we're gonna see what we can come up with. There's not many neutral shades in here. I know there's just a lot of very vibrant colors. So I'm not sure what I want to come up with. Huh. Maybe I'm going to swatch some of the shimmers. So this is B3. That's ridiculous. And then A4. And then we also have C3. And C2 looks really, really pretty. And then D2, which I've already mixed up with a little bit of the yellow, my bad. And then there's D4, which seems really cool, really dark. And then I think I'm gonna swatch E1. So what am I gonna do? So I'm really just kind of gonna go with it here. I'm gonna take A2, or no, I'm actually gonna take B1, which is this, I don't know, like violet tone in the palette. I guess if I show you, it is this one right here, B, if you even see that. I'm trying not to have that mirror show because that's just annoying. But I'm gonna take B1 from the palette, and I'm just gonna start pressing it down and see where this takes us. I really want to use that bright, bright, bright pink. And I really might. So I'm lightly gonna try to feather it out just a little bit because I want this to get really, really blown out. We've got this working. I'm gonna take A2, which is an even deeper purple, and throw that in the mix. I'm gonna take the white shade in the palette, which is C1, just to kind of lighten the out part of this. I'm gonna take a little bit of E2 and just softly blend that on the outer portion of the eye. Just on the outside, just a little bit. Just gonna wiggle that in there. And I'm using my Morphe 330, I didn't mention that. So now that we've got some pigment kind of washed in there on the top, I'm gonna go into A3, just kind of like a plummy purple. It looks a little bit more deep. And we're just gonna wiggle that in with the others. So now that I've kind of got this rockin' here, I'm gonna actually take my P. Louise base and then we're gonna cut this crease, but I don't know how I'm gonna place that pink in there. So now that I've cut the crease, I'm just gonna go ahead and take some of my powder just to kind of shape out my eye here. So I think what I'm gonna do, it might not work the way I want it to. I'm gonna take my JH42 brush right here, and I've sprayed my brush down, and I'm thinking I'm gonna take the E1 shade in the palette, and I'm just gonna take it and round out this eye, and then toss that hot pink in there somewhere. Yes, this looks insane. Take a little bit of A1, put it right in the tear duct, and then I'm gonna take A5 and then just start buffing that pink right in. This is too insane of a color not to use. And then I'm going to take a little bit of C3 and just kind of marry the hot pink with the kind of coral shade we got thrown on in the middle. And just smooth out, buff, and blend where it needs to be. That looks insane. So I'm gonna take really quick here. I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild liquid liner here, and I'm just gonna line the cut crease. Next, I'm gonna take my ColourPop felt tip in black and then just line this eye. Ooh, this goes on insanely nice. Now that I've got my winged liner going, I'm going to take my ColourPop black mascara here and then just coat the crap out of my lashes. This is a massive little brush here. Okay, now that I've completed this eye, I think I'm okay with how this is looking because I wasn't really sure with the color scheme what I was wanting, but I'm gonna really quick do my other eye off camera, pop some lashes on, and then we're gonna come back and complete the face. And yeah, okay, now that I've completed my other eye off camera and I popped some lashes on, I'm really liking how these shadows are looking overall, but I feel like I do need to do the bottom, so I need to do something to the bottom. I'm going to take D4, which is this deep blue shade, I think right here, that I've already swatched, and I'm just going to take it to the bottom because I think that blue liner I put on looked really cool with this. So I'm just going to kind of work that down on the lower lash line. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side, so taking D4 and just kind of almost tight lining in a way the bottom part of the lash line, but just kind of stamping and smudging that blue down. And then I'm not taking it all the way in, I'm just kind of taking it just where the lash line stops. And then I'm going to take B1, and then honestly I'm just going to try to smoke out the ends where they connect. And that meshes really nice with the pink. Yes, I am living for this look. I'm going to attempt to take my ColourPop mascara here. This is the volumizing mascara. I'm going to try to take it to the bottom, but this is a very big wand. So I don't know if I want to do that necessarily, but we'll see. And the lashes I popped on, which I usually cut, are Natalia. They're the Sephora House of Lashes Natalia style, if I'm saying that right. Now for lips, I'm going to take my new MAC lip liner in Oak. No, I'm just kidding. In Cork. So no longer do I only have one nude lip liner. Progress. And I'm just gonna line the outer part of my lip. Alright, so now I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty lipstick in Anniversary. It is a matte lipstick. And it's actually like my skin color in a lipstick form. It's just the perfect nude for me. These feel so creamy. They're just, I want to keep applying them over and over again, which, I mean, I guess I could. And I'm just going to take my same lip liner and kind of just smooth it out. This is like the perfect lip combo. I'm actually going to quickly take, this is a trick I learned in this MAC makeup class that I took, or that I was the model for, that my friend Jeremy was the teacher for, and taught me this little trick. Take like a light eyeshadow or just powder and dab it on the center of the lips. And I don't have lip filler, obviously, but if you take a lighter shade to the center, it helps make my lips look a little proportional. Like I just have naturally a bigger bottom lip, but my top lip is just a little slim. And then I had, which I don't know if you can see this close or with my poor quality camera, I had piercings all around. So up here and down here. And this, when I had it taken out, it was just, it makes my lip kind of sag just a little bit. Not that that's a bad thing, but it does. I'm thinking I'll just top it off with my Chanel Lip Duo, just the gloss part. This literally is like the best lip ever. I'm in love. I just want to wear this 24 hours a day. I didn't buy new blush or bronzer, so I'm just going to dip into my blush that I always use, which is the Kylie Cosmetics We're Going Shopping, and just kind of top the cheeks. I'm going to kind of get it a little close to the eye look, because I figured that would be kind of cool. But like always, I take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder here, and I just top it to the cheeks to give it a little bit of shine. And of course we're going to add some more highlight, because this is, you know, this is definitely not enough. But it does soften up the blush just in case you put too much, if you ever use this. This is also a nice natural highlight in case you don't want an extra highlight. We do. It's A1 in the palette. And I'm just going to take that to the under part of the brow. I'm going to take my highlighting brush per usual and take the middle shade in the palette, and I'm just going to highlight the inner part between my eyes and then top the cheeks just a little bit. And then top them here. I'm trying to get my cheeks to look like glass, you know. Yeah, this is an insane look. And because we're extra, we're going to take our setting spray and just give a little extra spray. This is the final look of Full Face of New Makeup. I actually really enjoyed the Anastasia Norvina Volume 1 palette. I definitely need the others. This is such a pro palette. I didn't have any difficulty with the shadows, but then again, they are very intense. If you want pigment, this is going to give you pigment. The hot pink shade really kind of pulled out to me, as well as the lighter coral shades in the bottom part of the palette, and this kind of like aqua blue. I really like that as well. And then this coral shade right here on the bottom is really nice. I definitely want to use those in a look for sure, but this I absolutely love. I would highly recommend you get this. This is insane. It is a little pricey, but considering you get, I think, about 25 shades in the palette, a full-size mirror, this definitely feels like it's 60 bucks. Definitely worth it if you want to spend the money on it. Now, like I said before, I'm not going to recommend this just because I would want more time to use it or close to the bottle being done to see if it really has affected my skin in a good way, but so far I enjoy it. I like it. I would say consider it, but you don't need to have it. And then I absolutely would recommend the Huda Beauty lipstick right here. This is just amazing. I don't even know if I have room to swatch here, if I can find it. Yeah, this is just ridiculously creamy and the perfect nude, as you can see on my lips. This is just insane. I want to keep applying it over and over again. But this is $27, so it is a bit on the higher end side of things and is sold at Sephora. But I've also been loving my Chanel Lip Duo. The gloss is phenomenal. These are about $38, I want to say as well, but you technically get two products in there. I'm not a super big fan of the texture of the liquid lip though, but not that I use that today, but in combo with the lip gloss, it's totally fine. It's just, I have a standard, I guess, when it comes to lipsticks, and I really do enjoy the Kylie formula. It actually dries down. There's various formulas that you can kind of pick from: velvet, matte, super dry, whatever your poison is. Really good. Now, I also had some existing mascara already on from doing a previous look, and there's just always going to be residue. This is a little interesting. It's very big. I think you might find a little bit of difficulty putting it on the bottom lash line or your bottom lashes, but this is not too bad, and for $8, I like it. Not bad. Not a bad purchase. And which I don't know if it's part of a collection, but they look like they came in the same packaging. It's just the ColourPop BFF. But I also got the felt tip, which is really nice. This glided on like a dream. Very black, did not bleed. And for $8, that's a good purchase. These together, $16, not insane, not bad at all. Really like that. Really like that price point. And then MAC lip liners will always be one of my favorites. The Huda Beauty is a strong contender to that, maybe a close second, but I will always enjoy these. I do really enjoy the lip liners that you can sharpen as opposed to ones that are just creamy. They melt super easy, which may feel nice on the lip, but not that these are rough, but they kind of just like your brow pencil, it sways to one side. It's kind of creamy or it's kind of dry. There's really no in between, but these are one of my favorite lip liners of all time, and I would highly recommend picking any of those up. Really, really nice. And I did enjoy my little Anastasia mirror. It's a lot nicer and it's a lot cleaner for now. But that is it, you guys. There you have it. This is the final look with the Norvina palette, along with the newly recent purchases that I had made. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Any feedback is good feedback. I would love any constructive criticism or anything that you would like to see in the future, or anything that you would like to see from me. Feel free to comment down below, share my posts, any of that fun stuff. But nonetheless, guys, I will see you in the next video.